Namaste.
Namaste. My father asks me to chanting in the morning only and in the evening when I sit praying to God. Why?
Chant what? Slokas?
Mm.
See, by chanting slokas, what happens? How many days did you chant? You chanted for about 1 week?
Not 1 week.
More than that. Now what has happened? You know the sloka by heart? See what happens, no? When we chant, we get good vibrations. And that vibrations gives us a lot of energy, isn't it? Once you chant a sloka, after chanting, when you start studying or when you go to school, do you feel good? You feel good, no? On the day you chant, you feel good. So that is the positive vibration that you get. So that is one good thing. That is why your father is asking you to chant morning once, evening once, so that you will memorize. That shloka will go by heart. Now, but there is also one more thing there, slightly higher thing for children who can understand it. Many of you will know our brain has two parts. We say there is a right brain, there is a left brain. Now, what happens is most of us write with our right hand. And the control for this right side of the body is the left brain. But what happens is when you're 2 years old, 3 years, 4 years, until about 6 years, whatever you chant or whatever you sing, whatever you memorize, make by heart, that goes to the right side of the brain. It remains there. So later on, if there is a problem, that time you can retrieve that information can come from the right side and it can make your body perform, do good things. That is why on one side you have a smaller thing where it is very positive. On the other side, you have a big thing where it is very, very scientific. So from tomorrow, will you chant? How many times will you chant? 2 times. One in the morning, one in the evening. And as you chant more and more and more, the entire area gets filled up with positive vibrations. And that gives a very good feeling. We can do so many things after that.
What is immunity power?
Very good. Immunity. You can just say immunity. You don't have to say immunity power because immunity itself is a power. Immunity means we have some resistance, some power to fight disease. If you say, for example, you're going somewhere, someone in your class, the next person in your class, your classmate has a cold. Will you immediately get cold? You don't. That is because you have the power to block the disease. That power to block the disease is called immunity. And what do you do to get your immunity increased? You know that?
No.
No. Your mother says, eat well. Huh? When you eat well, eat properly, eat balanced food, you get good immunity.
But if one day eating, it will get increased.
No, not only eating. Eating is one. And do regular good exercise. If you do physical exercise, your immunity goes up. So you can play games or you can walk, something like that. When you do, you've seen people, older people know they go for walks. So when they walk, when they do some exercise, immunity goes up. And there are also specific food stuff, specific things like fruits and gooseberry. You've seen gooseberry?
Gooseberry.
There's a small little fruit which is green in color. That one. apples, lime, lemon, you've seen, you take lime juice. Now, all these increase your immunity. Neem leaves, you've
But
seen,
it is
it's bitter, but then it increases the immunity. And then turmeric. We use turmeric, isn't it? Mother uses turmeric powder for cooking. So, turmeric. You've seen ginger.
I like it too.
You like ginger? Ginger also increases immunity. So there are certain foodstuffs which increase immunity. Physical exercise increases immunity. More than that, not getting tensed up, not getting worked up. You get angry sometimes? Do you? You should not. If you get angry, your immunity goes down. You should not get angry. You should not get agitated. No, I want to do this. I'm in a hurry. All that will decrease your immunity. That is how the body is made. So, from today, what will you do? You will start increasing habits which increase your immunity so that you can fight any disease. Okay?
In my school, I learned many things like craft, writing, singing, dancing. In your age, what did you learn?
In our school, we did not have this much of technology and all that, but we also had music, we had crafts, we used to weave, small weave is make cloth. We used to do that, and we had games, and we had little dance. We also had all that. But maybe, we were not that very developed like you. We also had small things.
But how did you become a doctor then?
Doctor, to become a doctor, what should you do? Study well, concentrate, do things the correct way, and listen to elders. If you listen to elders, they will tell you what to do. So I also listened to my elders and I became a doctor. Plastic bags. That's a very nice question. You've seen plastic bags? Okay. You've seen them, you've put them on the soil?
No.
You've not put them. But what will happen? Have you seen the plastic bag on a soil?
Yeah, I have seen it on.
What happens? It remains there or disappears?
Remains there.
Remains there. That is the problem. Plastic is not, it does not decompose in soil. We have a big term for that. You can hear the term. You may not memorize it now. It's called biodegradable. Bio means something to do with biology, something to do with life, something to do with soil. And if you put plastic, plastic will not disintegrate. It will remain there. So what will happen? Say, imagine there is some soil here and I put a plastic bag here. Now, water will not get down to the soil, which means the plants in the soil will not get water. And this plastic will block everything. And there are tiny, tiny creatures in the soil. You've seen there is an earthworm, there are some small creatures, some small insects. All those insects will die. And that is why we say don't put plastic in the soil. Plastic is something which is completely non-biodegradable. And anything that is biodegradable, if you put cloth, after some time, what will happen? The cloth will go into small shreds and it will degrade. But plastic will not degrade at any level and it will cause problem to the soil. That is why we say don't put plastic in the soil. Don't use plastic. It's bad for health. It's bad for the soil. It's bad for the entire climate because you will not get rains also. You understand?
Soil, what is rain doing?
Because rain will have to come from where? From the sea, the water vapor will have to go, isn't it? And the sea, all the rivers go to the sea, isn't it? So from the soil area, if that is all polluted, the rivers are polluted, And the rivers, when they join the sea, it will again be pollution, and the entire rain cycle will be affected. So because of one small mistake, what will happen? The entire thing is affected. That is why we say don't do that. Okay?
I'm so sleepy. எப்படி சொல்றது? எனக்கு ரொம்ப தூக்கமா வருது. ஏன் தூக்கம் வருது? நேரம் மத்தியானம் தூங்குவீங்களா?
நான் தூங்க மாட்டேன். ஆனா அம்மா அப்பா சொல்லுவாங்க தூங்கு.
பாத்தீங்களா? Listen to elders to stop okay? She is telling I'm listening to elders. ওই তূঙ্গা কেন? আগে মোটা ছিল কম হয়ে গেছে না কুদেরে you're a kudere no you stood and slept no oh my god you slept so you're a kudere